There's been a word that's plagued the video game industry for quite some time, a word people are scared of, a word that is used to describe things that are usually as bad as the bubonic plague. I'm talking about gimmicks. Everybody hates gimmicks in video games. They've plagued the video game industry since the 7th generation of consoles, being the Wii. Everybody hates them and hates the Wii, hates the PlayStation moves, hates the Xbox Kinect. But who we fooling here? Gimmicks have been around since the dawn of time. Like, Rob the Robot saved the gaming industry. He was a gimmick. I don't want to go too deep into this because I know some other YouTubers have before, but I feel it's important to stretch out that gimmicks aren't necessarily a bad thing. And I'm going to be honest here, the Wii is probably one of the best gaming consoles of all time. My personal favorite. And you're probably like, what? There's so many other great consoles out there. But come on, the Wii was absolutely fantastic. And here is why. So, gimmicks. Let's dive a little bit into those first. Gimmicks have been around a while, like I said, Rob the Robot, but there's other examples like the NES Advantage, the NES Max, a lot of NES stuff. There was so many gimmicks out there that would enhance gameplay. Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't, but a gimmick is not necessarily a new thing. There are so many examples of gimmicks. PlayStation even had a go on the PS2 with the iToy. That thing is not very fun. I don't know who unironically likes using the iToy. But the exact moment it became a hated term in the video game space was the release of the Wii in 2007. The base controller that console would come with was the Wii Remote, the definition of a gimmick. The idea is that you could swing it around and it would know when you'd swing it around. Full motion controls. It wasn't very accurate, but it did work, and it was fairly cool for the time. Of course, people loved the gimmick. Everybody bought a Wii for the Wiimote, but unfortunately, Xbox and PlayStation totally dipped their hands into this, making the Xbox Kinect and PlayStation Move. I think that Xbox and PlayStation didn't understand why the Wii sold so well this generation. The Wii did good because people bought it for the gimmick. Because the PlayStation Move and the Xbox Kinect were totally separate peripherals. You didn't get it with the system. So it was more of a Wiimote for PS3 and Xbox owners, not the reason to buy a console. I don't think Sony or Microsoft understood that. I'll give them props. The PS3 Move is pretty technologically advanced and the Xbox Kinect works well enough, but they just didn't understand anything, especially since later down the console's life, specifically the Xbox 360 is what I'm talking about right now, is the fact that they just went hard into the Xbox Kinect, which allowed the PS3 to pass them in sales just barely. I mean, yeah, sure. In that context, gimmicks, they're just annoying, to say the least. They really do cause issues in the video game industry, but come on, it's not that bad. I mean, gaming things are just dumb sometimes, you can't admit, but gimmicks, they can save a console. Like, if done properly, they can work extremely well. The Wii U didn't fail because the gimmick was bad, it failed for a number of reasons. I mean, I guess that did contribute to it, but it wasn't the total reason it failed. Sure, the gamepad is clunky and a little big, but who cares? The gamepad was kinda cool and pretty technologically advanced. That was not the reason the Wii U failed. So, the Wii was packed with Wii Sports. What is Wii Sports? I have Wii Sports Resort here. I couldn't nab the original one, not just yet, but it's essentially the same thing. Wii Sports was a extremely simple little mini-game collection. It came with 5 different sports, and in those sports you just move the controller around to play the sports. Super simple. Imagine this. Your dad loves sports, your mom loves, baking and going outside and reading, and you're not very close with them because you like spending your time upstairs on your little TV playing Metroid Prime or Pikmin on your GameCube. You are a gamer and your parents are not, so you can't really connect with them. And then, the Wii comes into the picture. You pick up Nintendo's brand new console and see that it comes with a fun sports game, and soon enough, you and your parents are having a blast and a half playing Wii Sports together. The concept is so novel. Just a simple little sports game that is so easy for anyone to understand, and it's just fun. It's just the simple sports we've grown and loved. I mean, taking other sports games into consideration, Madden, MLB, FIFA, those are dedicated sports games for one sport. Fans of a simple sports league, they aren't the family fun we know of. Sure, people can play them, but I don't think Mom understands where the R trigger is. Seriously? Does she know where R3 is on the controller? I didn't think so. Yeah, those games worked, but they were so complicated. They were just built for mega fans of these different sports. Wii Sports is a collection of multiple different simplistic sports that everybody knows and can play. Baseball, tennis, golf, bowling, and boxing. Such a simple little concept that went a far way. These are just tech demos, but this game is literally one of the best and most novel and well-rounded games of all times. It shaped a generation. So many kids and so many parents who don't hang out enough, kids who want to play video games with their parents, all that stuff, it introduced them to the world of video games. The DS got a jump start on this, but I believe the Wii did it a million times better because that one was the one that everyone can share. Up to 4 players. It was incredible. Everybody complains the Wii wasn't a good Nintendo console because even though there were hardcore titles, they just crammed motion controls in. Like Twilight Princess, that released day and day with the GameCube and Wii versions, but everybody complained that the Wii version was bogged down because of its linear. Well, they were both linear in design, but the Wii version had motion controls, which is not very intuitive, to say the least. Okay, I can see where you're coming from here, but I know a lot of people do believe that the Nintendo Wii didn't have enough fan service, but come on. It had Mario Kart, a bunch of other Mario games. It had great games. It released the original Pikmin games with motion controls, which, honestly, the pointer works way better with those games. The original Metroid, it had its own Metroid game, and it had the best game of all time, Super Mario Galaxy. I already went in depth into this game, so I'm not going to do it again, but holy heck, this is an amazing game. You can't tell me Nintendo didn't try to appease the fans with this console. They absolutely hit it out of the park. Metroid Prime 3 is a great game. Oh my god. Mario Party 8 is also a pretty fantastic game. I think Mario Party works extremely well on the console because the minigames with motion controls are way more fun. They just work extremely well. I like Mario Party 8. Mario Party 9 is a different story, but the minigames are at least fine. Wii Play may have been a shabby little minigame collection, but come on, the fact it was bundled with a Wii controller, or Wiimote for short, was just such a fantastic idea. It got people to buy the game, and Wii Play isn't actually that bad. Wii Sports Resort is a great expansion to the original Wii Sports, adding 12 whole sports. There's 12 sports to play, all family-friendly fun sports. I can still play these with my family nowadays. My mom doesn't usually play video games. She's adamant against that. In fact, I got her to play Mario Party 8. You're telling me I couldn't do that without the Wii? The Wiimote is literally one of the best controllers. Nintendo controllers have always been extremely innovative. The NES controller was so comfortable to hold and introduced the D-pad into the mainstream. The SNES controller totally revolutionized everything. It was so much more comfortable, and it showed that not only your thumbs were the only source of input for video games. Nintendo 64 controller is a little wonky, but you hold one side for 3D games and the other for 2D games. It was pretty smart. The GameCube controller, don't get me started, one of the best controllers of all time, hands down. The Wii controller, it is incredible. It's so simple, replicating that of an NES layout, so it can be used as anything. It's so versatile. Not only can you pop it in any accessory you could think of, you can play with it in any way, and developers took such great advantage of that. It had a fantastic battery life. Sure, some extra controllers were completely wired, but there were extra controllers if you didn't like the ones that it came with. And you can't tell me Nintendo didn't care about the Nintendo fans, because this thing was straight out of the box GameCube backwards compatible. Controller ports and memory card support built straight in. They truly cared, because they really did this on a console that succeeded a console that didn't sell very well. They were selling one yet. You can't tell me that they didn't care. They truly did. They really did care about the fans. I feel like there were some missed opportunities with the Wii, but come on, the Wii is an incredible console still to this day. Not just for nostalgia reasons, in fact, I didn't even grow up with the Wii. You gotta be honest. I hate anybody who says, oh, the motion controls bogged down every game, and Nintendo wasn't really into the fans at this point. Like, come on, I just explained, of course they were. They absolutely were nothing else. They really cared about everyone in this scenario. You can't tell me they didn't. And the Wii knew what it wanted to be, the casual gaming box that appeased Nintendo fans as well, most of the time. I mean, Nintendo tried with the hardcore audience. There were Call of Duties on the system, but they were the worst versions of Call of Duty because of the Wii is basically just a repackaged GameCube. It is not next gen, but it didn't have to be. And let's be honest, the Wii, like I said, knew what it wanted to be. A part of the problem the Wii U failed is because it didn't have a target audience. It tried to appease everybody, the Nintendo fans, the casuals, the hardcores. It didn't do any of that. It just scared everyone away because, come on. Like, who wants to play, I don't know, Mario 3D Land on the same box I could play Call of Duty Ghosts? Sure, it did help it sometimes if your family had different interests, but, like, the Wii U didn't know what it wanted to be. It was just all over the place. Nintendo didn't understand why the Wii was so successful, because families bought the Wii for family-friendly fun. It wasn't it could have sold more, but the way it could have sold more was not because you didn't have all of the Call of Duties on it and it wasn't as powerful. The Wii U was a budget system with great games and really, really, really easy controls. That's what made it good in the first place. In the future, I plan to talk about why the Wii U failed, but for now, this is why the Wii was amazing. Like, my gosh, I can't believe that people still don't like this. Gimmicks aren't a bad thing, they just need to be used properly, and I think the Wii did that in spades. I do wish there were some more games on here, maybe a fresh new Pikmin, like an original one, that would be nice. Maybe some more Mario Sports games, we didn't get a lot of those, and I kind of like the Mario Sports games, video on that later. I just truly believe that the Wii hit it out of the park, and I just can't think of any other better console. It truly shaped a generation of gaming, and was the winner of the 7th generation of consoles. That had to have meant something. The Switch is basically a better Wii, because it did what they wanted with the Wii U. I love the Switch. It's such a fantastic and smart console. But the Wii was the turning point for Nintendo when they realized that they didn't need to compete with everyone else. They needed to do their own thing. And it worked. It's the reason the Switch also won this generation, is because they realized, let's just go after the kids and families. It works well, and I love the Switch. I think it's great, and I plan to talk about it also in a future video, but for now, I think the Wii was an incredible console and deserves to be treated as such. Thanks for watching, everyone, and for watching to the end. I'm sure you enjoyed this video, so why not like and subscribe? And join the Discord, why don't you? I'll leave the link in the description to meet other people who also enjoy watching my content and like retro gaming. And, well, if you do like retro gaming, yep, totally give it a subscribe. I talk about this stuff all the time, and check out my other videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.